entrance to Pere Lachaise. One of them, the main one. People always hear, most of them looking for Jim Morrison's grave. When you enter Pere Lachaise from Gambetta entrance, you find this map and a whole list of famous people. And you go up the road here. It's like a little city. Lots of sculptures, and of course tombs, trees. There was a lot of damage done in that famous windstorm in 1990. Crematorium, where they burn people. And they also have many places for the ashes.
On avance aussi. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez manger où alors?
Tu m'as dit quoi, beauty?
Ouais, j'ai dit que j'aimerais ça à cette heure-là. Direct, c'est la cour, hein, cette heure-là. Ouais. Après, sinon, il faut se capter le centre carrément maintenant pour aller manger à toute heure.
These are where all the ashes are put.
Why is that one empty?
Hasn't been rented out yet. Getting worn smooth by the weather. This is Victor Noir. He was killed by a jealous husband. Apparently he had some affairs with various women, and he was shot in front of the opera, and that's why he's dressed up. He even got his top hat here. Somebody's left a flower. And he's also become a sort of a fertility god, and people who want to have babies come and rub him and hope to get pregnant. Edith Piaf's tomb, family tomb. Always flowers here. Famous French singer. All sorts of memorials to those that died in concentration camps. And it's a Jewish custom to leave a stone like this on a tomb when you're visiting. This is some Espanols who died in World War I. Even though it's still August, there's starting to be autumn leaves here. And here's another one. French who died by the Nazis. And there are even more up here. Here's Ravensbrück. Very dramatic. Chinois. There's another one up there. There's one over there, Dash. There's one here. And even another one. Oscar Wilde, an Assyrian god, and even though he was a gay man, it's covered with kisses. Somebody's put a heart. Somebody put lipstick on the Assyrian god.
See the front? So cool.
And then at the back, there used to be some writing you could read about Oscar Wilde, but it's covered with lipstick. This is another tomb I like. It's Weeping Goddess. This sculpture, this goddess, was painted gold a few years ago for some reason. Here's an artist, a painter, 2005. And it says, "Alone at last." A painter and a sculptor. And I imagine he did that himself.
Mono solo, tiens. 2010, hein, Rambernier, là, qui... Claude Chabrol.
Then up here is somebody much more worthy, I think, than Jim Morrison. And here's somebody who's pretty recent. I don't know, I can't see a name of who it is. As I was saying, Chopin is buried up here. Chopin's father was French. That's how he got that name. There's always flowers and candles here, people visiting. Chopin, classical music. Do you know who that is? Classical music, you've never heard of him?
I've heard classical music.
Well, Frederick Chopin.
Candles.
Yeah, people always leave candles, flowers. And right below Chopin's grave is this weeping goddess that I like. Jim Morrison's grave. Died in '71 and they still visited like crazy. They've had to fence it off because people cause so much damage. He died in Paris, that's why he's buried here. But these were two famous French lovers, Eloise and Abélard, and he was hired by her uncle to teach her because he was a famous professor down at the Sorbonne area in the Latin Quarter, and they had an affair. She got pregnant. She ended up in a nunnery, He was, at the time, a priest, and he went on to another place for priesthood, and they wrote letters to each other that have been collected and that are very famous. Most kind of love letters, some very religious. And they weren't buried together when they died, but at some point after they both died, somebody thought they should be together. This is the oldest part of Pere Lachaise, has some of the oldest tombs here. The Dupont family. And here is the tomb of the Rothschild, or Rothschild as the French say, family. Very famous, wealthy family with very good Bordeaux wine.